In northern and southern California, a powerful system of storms brought extreme weather and widespread flooding through early January 2026. Heavy rainfall driven by atmospheric rivers, amplified by record-high king tides along the Pacific coast, pushed waterways and coastal zones beyond capacity. Communities from the San Francisco Bay Area to San Diego faced life-threatening conditions, with flash floods, inundated streets, and emergency evacuations dominating the latest weather news and disaster coverage. By early January, California's weather news was dominated by relentless rain, flooding, and infrastructure impacts. Rivers overflowed, stormwater surged through neighborhoods, and officials issued evacuation warnings as flash flood risks soared, particularly in areas still vulnerable from previous wildfires and saturated soils. The storm system developed as a series of atmospheric rivers, long, concentrated corridors of Pacific moisture, made repeated landfalls across California beginning in late December 2025. Meteorologists noted that these feature heavy precipitation rates and can deliver months' worth of rain within days, combined with unusually high king tides linked to celestial alignment of the Earth, Moon, and Sun. The conditions created an extraordinary flood threat along the state's coast and low-lying urban areas. In the Bay Area of Northern California, communities including Sausalito, Marin City, Mill Valley, San Rafael, and Larkspur saw streets transformed into rivers. In the Bay Area of Northern California, communities including Sausalito, Marin City, Mill Valley, San Rafael, and Larkspur saw streets transformed into rivers.
Oh my God. Save the dog.
Floodwaters reached depths up to 4 feet, 1.2 meters in places, trapping vehicles and prompting emergency rescues. Road closures extended along a 15-mile stretch from Sausalito to San Rafael as high tides and rainfall overwhelmed drainage systems and led to stranded motorists. Along the San Francisco waterfront, the Embarcadero and adjacent thoroughfares were submerged, forcing detours and disrupting traffic. Interior creeks and tributaries, including Mark West and Colgan Creeks, burst their banks as runoff from hillsides poured into residential neighborhoods. Flood warnings from the National Weather Service remained in effect, with additional rain forecast for the coming days. In Southern California's San Diego County, Historic rainfall totals were recorded on New Year's Day. More than 2 inches of rain fell at San Diego International Airport between midnight and early afternoon, surpassing the city's typical accumulation for an entire month of January.
Oh my God. Save the dog.
Stormwater rapidly filled streets and low-lying areas, forcing swift water rescues and evacuations, including of a downtown homeless shelter where hundreds of people were moved to safety. The impacts extended to regional transportation hubs, as San Diego International Airport reported approximately 40 diversions and 50 flight cancellations amid heavy downpours and limited visibility. Scientific analysis pointed to the convergence of atmospheric rivers and record tidal conditions as a potent trigger for the flooding. King tides, naturally occurring when the moon's orbit and gravitational forces peak, elevated baseline sea levels, reducing flood thresholds and exacerbating stormwater impacts in coastal cities. With soils already saturated from earlier precipitation cycles, runoff overwhelmed levees, storm drains, and natural waterways. Communities struggled not only with immediate impacts but with complex after-effects. Power outages were reported in scattered pockets, road and bridge closures isolated neighborhoods, and standing water raised concerns about public safety hazards. In several locations, residents resorted to sandbags and personal protective measures to stem rising waters, while emergency